How to survive the gig economy. We all know how the emergence of crypto markets have created several insta-millionaires. How pandemic-related supply chain issues.
More than 80 ships stretched to the distance, a new record.
And Bernanke's tactic, quantitative easing,
Now the problem is to get the thing working properly again.
seem to be the main contributing factors to our ongoing inflation. Truth is all this path leads us back to Rome, the tech boom of the 80s. That's right, people. Once again, the 80s. Before the microchip had its debut in 1974, markets were primarily composed of industrial-age companies. However, the microchip also sedimented a defining and pivotal moment in modern history.
More transistors on microchips allow them to send out more instructions, increasing the computational power. Moore's law predicts that computer chip manufacturing would advance at a steady rate, allowing transistor counts to double every 2 years.
Its creation gave rise to a new industry, a stock exchange, and a whole new set of founding companies, starting with Apple, Cisco, Intel, Dell, and Microsoft. As the first wave within this trend, all these companies present the same characteristics, an audacious and very attractive business model. So if your goal in life is to become a very wealthy business owner, capable of turning millions into billions, please make sure to follow the next 4 principles. 1. Invest heavily in the first rounds of research and development. Find your product. 2. Once you get your product, make sure you also get the patent for the product. 3. Outsource manufacturing processes to third world countries where you can pay cents or sometimes nothing for the dollar. 4. Once your product is ready, bring it back to sell it at a full price in national markets. Reap the profits.
That greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
Causing by doing this in the process a trade deficit for the importing country.
But, I don't blame China.
While also invigorating the rest of the market participants to invest the proceedings, the capital gains, back into the same business model. Now, does this sound like a terrible idea to you? Absolutely not. The issue, however, relies more heavily on how this new economic reality affects social dynamics and sediments the rise of a new elite. In the 1970s, the wealthiest 1% owned about 20% of the nation's total household wealth. Now they own over 35%. Much of their capital gains over the last 40 years have come from a dramatic increase in the value of shares of stock. According to official data.org, if someone invested $1,000 in 1978 in any index, like the SP 500 for example, they will have around $31,823 today, adjusted for inflation. As society expands over time, asset prices have the historical tendency to go up with them, making the rich go richer while the middle class grow weaker by the hour. The market paradox. In contrast to the popular sentiment against the potential rise of a new aristocracy, wealthy enough to buy their way in and out of the system, wealth concentration has historically proved to be beneficial for society. After all, the steam engine, the artistic ventures during the Renaissance, and space travel itself came thanks to the initiative of wealthy individuals. The emergence of these new markets is what really causes economic growth, generates jobs, and oxygenates trade and commerce. All these well-known benefits respond to the theory of trickle-down economics. Therefore, the best way to survive a modern economy is to learn how to leverage our position in society by becoming experts in the fields that are bringing constant innovation. Blockchain, crypto, CRISPR, and AI are just a few examples. Previous generations have accumulated extensive amounts of wealth that will soon be transferred and diluted into inheritance money, which means capital will now have a potentially flexible overseer, and therefore an overall better prospect for the growth of these new industries and companies in general. Thank you so much for watching our video, and if you enjoy this type of content, please let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on social media where you can get a video like this every single week.